Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, but I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very important. And not important. These videos are not important to liberals, libertards, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Going down the rabbit hole, not up your asshole. Okay. These videos are not for the sensitive, faint of heart, people who don't like asking questions, people who are emotionals, EDBs, NPCs. I am a Gen X, so I'm speaking just based on my experiences as a Gen X, or older than most of you guys who may be watching me. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. My videos are not for those people who are Philly touchy-wutchy type of guys. I don't care about it. If you really want true alpha knowledge, you come to me. I don't display that information on the internet. Maybe scattered bits and pieces. But I do have a Patreon, guys. I'm a businessman. That's right. But anyway, let's get on with the topic for today. Okay. Now, if you have any comments or questions, or even roast fests or insults, because I love roast fests. People make fun of me. I love it. You maybe consider me a troll. I do not care. I do not seek validation on the internet. And I care nothing about popularity, because my cringe factor. Okay. Yeah. But of course, since I'm the real McCoy, let's watch this video. And why I try to tell you guys, get prepared to be abused. Because I know I started the Passport Brothers. Yes, I have. All the way back in 2010. Okay, to 2012. I was on MySpace and all that, yada, yada, yada. You don't know my history, read my shit down below. All right? Read my credentials down below. Okay, right? You don't want to read it. I know. Okay, but this is what's going to happen to most of you Caucasian snowmen. Okay, now the Negro is a bit different. Okay, because Negroes have more confidence and they're a bit more happier in America. And people get these things misconstrued. I talk about a lot of things that a lot of people don't talk about. But I want you guys to watch this video of how you Caucasians or lighter skinned folk, okay, with a lot of money, and you thinking, oh, I'm going to go overseas and find me one of the honeys, without thinking like me. Okay, you know, plant no money, no honey. You don't think with no money, no honey, virginity, polygyny, you're not thinking like that. This is what's going to happen to you guys. Let's begin with the videotape. Let's go. Okay. Also, listener's discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised as well. So I know most of you guys may get emotional with this. But just pay attention now here. And I'll tell you why these type of women do these type of things. All right? Let's go.
You want, but please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Now, since you saw the drama there was a part in the video that kind of blurred. You know, did you see it, guys? Okay, it was like right there in the, near the end, while she was running away from her. It was strange because it seemed like something crossed the screen, okay? I was like, was that a piece of glass or something? Was it a piece of cloth? I don't know. Okay, so you can rewatch it. There was some kind of blur on the screen, okay? But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that, guys, okay? But you can just rewind it and check yourself. There's like something crossed the screen, okay? I saw it. You may have saw it. Good eyes. You got good eyes. But the reason why women change when you bring them into any European country, westernized country, is because they was already bamboozled with the thought in their mind, okay, so they can be independent, just like a lot of other Jezebels. They do not care for who you are. Like, I thought a virgin would be, like, so-called loyal. And since I have alpha-like mentality, and I was taught by pimps, unlike most of you guys out there, they told me my wife was overseas. The pimps told me back in the 80s, they were like, oh, your wife is overseas. You can't date any female. Okay, now it's like, yo, I can't, I'm going to become forever alone to date any westernized female. Especially with that virgin mentality that I had when I was 16, okay, taught by pimps, okay. And the Italians taught me something too, you know. The Italians taught me that love is a form of respect, and also fear is a form of love too as well. So without having this form of power within yourself, it's not just like you're insecure or anything. You just have to keep control. Like you're watching children, right? You got to have that form of discipline, okay, you know, to teach your children in order to know from right from wrong. You also have to do this for women too. It's a constant test and it's a constant battle. But I digress here. So when you have women that you brought from another country who already saw how a lot of Jezebel-like type female, narcissistic females live in America, they will want a piece of that pie. They think they can take advantage of the system. They want to try to ride the cock carousel, or they want to be a public charge. And the system has something in store for them. Okay, instead of the system looking at, okay, is she lying? Okay, is there any evidence? Is the man ignorant or something? Okay, they don't look at that. They look at extortion. They don't care about their money. Do you know courts make money off of your ignorance, right? As a male, right? A Caucasian white male, right? I'm trying to defend you Caucasian males, okay? You snowman, okay, out there, okay? And you guys are getting took into court more than black folks are, because black men, beta alpha type males don't get married, okay? 80% of the beta female gravitate towards the beta alpha male, 25% is construct. And since they do this, they try to get impregnated by these beta alpha males. If they're not successful at getting pregnant by a highly attractive, highly attractive, non-educated brother from an ordinary mother, single mother especially, narcissistic type of guy, then they'll try to go towards the beta male. You guys have to stay away from being beta. All right? You guys got to stay. 80% of you men are beta. Okay? And what beta means, as I say, I'm going to repeat it over and over again, is someone who does not have discipline or high standards. Even a beta alpha don't have high standards. All he care about is ass. Like Andrew Tate. All right? So I don't want you to get abused. Okay? I already told you before. Women look at internet over their country. And I thought that it would be okay to bring my ex-wife because my Holy Spirit told me it's time to leave. I lived in Ethiopia, and I got video recording of that shit, right? So you don't have to take my word for it. Just go to Matthias now. It's the first one. You'll see my marriage and everything else. I didn't want to get married. My Holy Spirit told me you have to marry her because you'll get rich. And I was like, oh, for real, I get rich? It's like a catch-22, then the mask fall off. I get rich because I was waiting for her to fuck up. Okay, so what happened between me and my ex-wife, she was a virgin. Okay, and she accepted my terms of agreement, okay? And I was like, I get your sister, so we doing polygyny, right? She said, yeah. And one day, she wasn't doing her womanly duties. Women tend to get tired and lazy. They don't want to keep... I'm not a sexual person, by the way. I'm more of a sapiosexual. I'm a mental person. I do not like weakness, sensitivity issues, emotionally. I do not like it. I even talked to her for a whole 5 years before I met my ex-wife, right? But then eventually I had to bring her back due to my Holy Spirit, okay, because I'm an indigo schizo, okay, type individual. And I'm like Jesus, okay, right? All of you are like Jesus, by the way, okay? You all are gods. I'm not trying to be arrogant about this. But there's a little voice that tells you certain things you should do. And you have to test it. And it's not your subconscious. It's another voice. It's like an intuition that clicks with me and it works. It always works. No one really has intuition. Men's intuition will work better if you actually listen to it, but they don't. Women don't really have intuition, okay? They don't, because the world is a terrible place, right? Just check the stats on that, okay? But I brought my ex-wife here. She was a virgin. I lost my virginity to her when she was 38. Okay, all right? And then she had the nerve to pull a knife. If anybody raises their hand at me, it's like an automatic. It's automatic. You know how if you've been abused, like I have, okay, right? When I was younger, it's like automatic. You see everything in slow motion. Okay, you know, and when she pulled the knife on me because I tried to take her phone from her, I smacked the whole knife out of her and her head off, her shoulders, right? And I told her, I said, you know, I didn't punch her. It's this self-defense, right? Okay, you raise a knife. I'm good at hand-to-hand combat, right? You do not raise a knife at me. You do not. I tried to talk to her. I said, hey, you can call the police. I gave her the phone. I say, I'll give you all these privileges. One thing you don't want to do is listen to outside sources, and you have a phone for freedom right here. You call that goddamn cops and see what happens. I'm like Mr. Motherfucking Raymond Reddington on your ass. Y'all should watch Raymond Reddington on the blacklist. Y'all should be exactly like Raymond Reddington. Now, I know he's a psychopath. Okay, the dude is a straight up good psychopath. He will murder you. He will tell you literally, if you ever betray me, I will kill you. All right, and that should send shivers down your spine because he will follow through no matter how long you've been with the brother from another mother. Y'all gotta be like that. There's more women who being put in the grave because they ran across the wrong individual, than anything else. But you guys gotta have standards. You gotta lay down like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. We got the order here. You're not going to do this, or this is gonna happen. You gotta plan that shit. So after I did that in deflection and self-defense, she want to call the police. And I said, hey, we got 2 daughters, and when you call them police, it's all over for you. That's the initiation of the divorce. Okay. And also she tried to cheat and stuff. And then I was like, yo, it's time to go. She cheated. Okay. To me, I consider talking to other men, getting around other men is automatic cheating. Okay. And then on top of that, my daughter told me everything, man. My daughter's like a spy for me. My daughters are closer to their fathers than their mothers. Okay, we already know all children are closer to their fathers than the mothers. Okay, because most of the time, the women take the children away through the court system, and that's what the courts want. They want you to have a fucked up relationship so they can get profit, right? And that's the whole plan of Illuminati, to separate the families, the male, female sexes and the male sexes, okay? Female and male sexes. They also want to extort money, okay? That started with in the 60s, and Gloria Steinem started that shit. That's, you can just do the research on that. But when women come into a country that's full of all this abundance and money, they thinking about money. They're not thinking about you. And I thought my ex-wife would be like, yo, okay, you got a strong man already. I'm going to give you my sister. And I'm like, yo, everything's going to be fine. I even told her, I said, teach his sister English, because her sister was older than her. But that's just my life, right? But you will be abused. And I thought I wouldn't be abused, though I never got struck. Because I had to strike for self-defense. The problem was that I did not assume that, and the pimps did tell me, they're like, yo, all women and children are liable. He said all. And I said, I don't think all of them are liabilities. I said, the pimps told me this thing. I said, if she's only not a liability when she's bringing money into your motherfucking pockets, right? Got that? Even your children have to be bringing money in. Once the money stops, that's connected with your respect, it's time to let them go. You should never, ever feel emotionally attached by over 50%. It should be 50% and stop. Because most of that 50% is all your money and your mental health, right? So when your mental health is being taken care of, then they are being taken care of. Like a lot of pimps, sometimes they got to be abusive, they say, because some of the women need that discipline in their life, like a child, okay? And I'm just trying to tell you guys how it should be. But most of you guys can't think like that. I get paid from women back in my heydays when I was on MySpace. I know a lot of guys be thinking that, oh, I'm taking L because the way I look. No. A lot of guys, you can't do what I do. This is why I don't put the whole book of my knowledge. I'm not a Tariq Nasheed. I'm shorter than Tariq, and I know I could whip his ass. Okay, I know there's a lot of guys who think they're bigger than someone. Oh, I could whip your ass, and then I fight them, and then I whip their ass. And I'm like, you're bigger than me. You should be winning. My brothers can't be, and they're big-ass fucking football players. It's because of the hammer man. I'm not trying to wrestle you. I'm trying to box you, okay? I'm trying to use weapons, tactical diversions, okay? Like McCraw, okay? I don't fuck around, okay? But anyway, I don't like talking without backing up shit. So if you think I'm joking around, check my older videos. You guys gotta protect yourself, or you're gonna be like this guy. As a matter of fact, I want to go back here. I want to see something here. Since you learned something here a little bit, I'm gonna play this again. And watch the video. Right about.
You want to fight, motherfucker? You want to fight?
Right there. Okay, right there. What is this? Did you see this? It was it focusing in and out? Okay. What made it focus in and out at that moment? Maybe he has focus locked on yeah, okay. So I was like, yo, that's something that's passed by. See, that's good eyes. I got good eyes, yeah. And besides, I want you guys to understand another thing too. People who don't have videos, stop listening to them. Like Kevin Samuels, he didn't show his women he was with. He was just, the last time I heard of Kevin Samuels is he was drinking Red Bull, and I tried to get in touch with him about the Red Bull. Maybe that made his heart explode. He had two cancer situations, you know, and maybe he died by the cancer. Maybe it activated the Red Bull, or maybe the woman he was with last killed him. Okay, I don't know, but he wasn't really a health person. He wasn't talking about your health. He was talking about mostly about money. Okay, he was just doing the thing I told him to do. I said, hey, you know, just wear a suit and tie, do your research, look astute, okay, and do some research. And that's all you need to do. Accountability is the key. I told him this. And then he flew with that, and then everything blossomed for what he knows. I help people a lot on the internet. I actually help so many people travel that I know what I do behind the scenes. So I don't care about popularity. Don't make me popular. I am not a loser, okay? All right? I'm just trying to say I don't like popularity. Once you start to try to put me out there, okay, you only making me popular. Even in the negative light gets me popularity. So you can troll all you want. I'm just trying to give some educational pointers. I'm trying to pull your cards a little bit. You all are mostly beta males. All right? And you keep going to Andrew Tate, you ain't gonna get it. You go to the camp and sing, you're not gonna find it. Any man, as a matter of fact, every time somebody gives me some video from some other dude, I automatically point out this dude is a beta. Okay? Simply because of the way he talks. He doesn't get paid by women. He's not seeking virginity. He's not seeking polygyny. He's not doing what so-called even Brother Polite may be a beta too. Okay, he's like a gatekeeper. Okay, of knowledge. Okay, but his women might not be virgins. And I keep telling you, the more importance of virginity is very important. That you don't want to be marrying up a 3 or 4. Because once you lose your money, guess what? They're gone. You got to test that theory out. But anyway, that's all I really want to say, guys. I love you all, but I despise them in you. Please, 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 guys. I don't want to see you ever going through what he has went through. A lot of expats, they travel overseas to the Philippines, these countries, and they thinking, oh, I can do it without listening to my knowledge. And you get fucked, okay? Because if a woman raises her hand, women always think they're equal. So what happens is that there's a conundrum with women, okay? And there's feminine Nazis out there who think that they're equal, okay? Or you know, you even got women transforming themselves to men transforming themselves to women. Confused people out there, right? And then I'm like, what the fuck do you do? If someone raises their hand, that's it. At you as an adult, and that means they did not have the proper homeschooling. And I recommend homeschooling than anything, okay? Because I cyber school my daughters. They're not all of them fucking stupid 19s. And no, I'm holistic. I'm like the Native Americans. It's all holistic, baby. I do not condone anything forced. But when someone raises their hand at you, no longer that whole, even if a child raises their hand in a threatening manner to hurt you, you have to fight back. It's called self-defense. You have to defend yourself. Okay, especially if you're in their proximity. If they spit at you, they can go to jail. That's in a form of assault. Let people throw things at you, and you have to record it, because if you're recording it and you're moving away, you can imprison them. You can imprison people just by moving away and let them throwing something at. That's all it takes. They're under arrest. They have to abide by the law, right? Do what Charleston White. Okay, y'all guys got to start having more standards. That's all, just start being more intelligent, staying away being paranoid. And this is a good reason why y'all guys should be listening to me. Paranoia is good. When you outside, every time you go out that goddamn door, there's a chance that some shit may pop off. You don't want that. But what you do want is inner peace, inner validation, rather than self-exploitation, because you're not going to listen. It's very hard to do. You got to learn about how to use, isolation as your key element for the true escapism. It's escapism within yourself, okay? Not being narcissistic, just facts. Now, I'm just saying something that makes too much sense that most people can't follow. Guess what I'm going to say? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Once you bring those women back, they see an opportunity to screw your ass and get lazy. That's it. Okay, because they watched it all on their phones when they over there. When you keep them over there, they're good. They're good. That's why I stayed in Ethiopia for 2 years, goddammit. And I'm trying to tell you, she was good as white, clean as white on rice. No kind of problems. I even told her what my propositions are. She was acceptable. It's always acceptable. But don't bring them back. The only reason why to bring them back is to expose them and get paid over getting laid. Peace.